Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, did you see that spectacular display of peace treaty? I'm not taking anything away from President Trump that he brokered all this deal and everything, but what a spectacular, I don't know, there was leaders there that shouldn't have been there. Starmer, Macron, Carney. What the hell were they doing there? They actually recognized Palestine and they didn't do anything towards the peace process. What were they doing there? There's a lot of buzz online that the peace deal that was brokered is really not going to last very long. Once the hostages are all transferred, anyways, let's ask the Knights Templar. How long will this peace treaty, the Gaza peace treaty, how long? Now, I did a reading just a while ago and I said, it's really not going to last very long. I said, if I was a betting man, I might even bet that it's not even signed, which I would have lost, of course. And then I said, like, not very long, like maybe 4 days. So let's see. And I just thought it was just like, how did they get all these props and everything already so quickly? Right? You know, if I want a brand new door in my house, it takes 3 weeks to get in. How did they get this Peace 2025 and book all the hotels? And like, what kind of show were we watching? Seriously, what kind of show were we watching? And is it just a show? And then we saw that they executed some people shortly after it was signed. And can the cards tell us how long? Actually, you know what? Let's change that. What's the future of Gaza? What does the future of Gaza look like between now and the end of December? The end of the year. What's the future of Gaza for the remaining 2025? What does Gaza look like in the remaining 2025? What does Gaza look like for the remaining of 2025? What's the future? What's the projection? What's the prediction for Gaza for 2025, for the remaining 2025? Shall we begin? Oh, Page of Swords in reverse. It's kind of bad news. Pages are, that's on the internet. That's trolling and false information, fake news, gossip, hearsay. Six of Pentacles. Well, there's the deals all being brokered, right? We heard that the UK is going to invest money to rebuild Gaza. You could almost say this is Trump doling out all the goodies, right? Okay, so you get to build this section, I get to build this section, they get to build this section. Who's paying for this? Who's paying for that? There he is doling out all the rebuilding. The world, okay, successful endings. That's something to consider. Ooh, Ace of Wands in reverse. That's not a great start. And 10 of Wands being dragged through the mud. Okay. I'm going to say that choices have consequences. And I'm going to say this is a no-go, Limp Bizkit. There's no passion here. And it's quite the burden. It's quite the burden to rebuild this whole area. And choices have consequences. So perhaps this success is Trump doing the peace deal and, you know, brokering everything, balancing everything out. Here's what you get to rebuild this. Here's what, and oh, and by the way, Israel, you owe Gaza this. You need to rebuild this hospital, etc., etc. So in some respects, this is the peace deal, almost because we have the world and we have the dove here. So this is the angel of peace going, okay, we're done here, we're good. But what's happening on the ground We even have more fire on the ground here and being dragged on the ground. Page of Wands. Here's all the good news. Good news that grows. Here's all the good news. Eight of Cups. Something's missing. People walking away from the peace talks. Also, this could be all the leaders that had nothing to do with it getting in their ship and taking off. Well, modern day is the airplane, right? Four of Cups in reverse on the Ace of Wands in reverse. Very big regrets. Some people bit off more than they can chew. Some people are regretting some of the conditions of the peace treaty. Huge regrets. Why? Oh, we should have never agreed to that. What the hell were we thinking? Or that will never work, right? Ace of Wands in reverse. That'll never work. Why did we agree to that? Strength in reverse. Well, the Hermit. The Hermit. I'm going to say we got two different, well, we obviously do, two different ideas of what this peace treaty should look like. We've got one side saying, leave me alone. And the other side saying, we won, you're weaker than us. The Moon in reverse. We're going to hear some truths that are soon. We're going to hear I think we're going to hear that it all was kind of a show. Again, I'm not taking anything away from Trump. He worked hard. He wanted this peace. He got the ceasefire. Absolutely. He has the plan to move things forward. He has other countries on board. But we are soon going to hear the truth of what the two factions actually think of it. The Magician, lots of trickster energy here. Also, this could be Mr. Trump because he is a Gemini, which is Mercury, and this is the Mercury card. So this could be like he almost magically pulled everything together. The magician who created, that manifested this peace agreement. He was working with all the tools that he had. So I'm not taking anything away from him at all. The Hierophant in reverse, well, that, of course, is a religious leader who is rogue. Two of Swords in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, I'm going to call it right now. By the end of the year, there will not be peace in the Middle East again. Something else will kick off. And it has more to do with a rogue religious leader. Here's the leader. Here's the teacher. Here's the religious leader. And with the Six of Swords here in reverse is showing more stress. Two of Swords, they've made up their own mind about things. And they aren't. Two of Swords upright is you have a decision to make and you choose not to make that decision. And you choose not even to look at the options, right? And because you have two swords in your hand, you can't take off your blind, you can't take off your, brain, mouth, disconnect. You can't take this thing off. Blindfold, thank you. You can't take your blindfold off because your hands are full. To take your blindfold off and see both sides, you have to put one of your swords down so you can take your blindfold off. When you put that sword down, you're putting that decision down forevermore. It's also a no card. It's a stop card. No decision, no, la, 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 I can't hear you kind of card. Now, it's in reverse. You've put down one of your swords and you've made a decision and there's no looking back. All right? So that's a really good, Like when you have the Lover's card, for example, you've decided this is the person you want to stay with forevermore, and there's no looking back. Or you know, when they're around good cards, you're making the right decision. You're going in the right way. But we don't have good cards around here. We don't. We have actually kind of stressful cards around here. Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles. I think they're going to be, like, here we are still embattled. Two of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles in reverse and Knight of Wands. There we start up again. We kick off again. I think some of the promises that were made are not going to be kept. And they're going to have to be continually sold on this piece, continually sold. And I think that at some point they don't believe it anymore. Or they've already spent all their money and there's just nothing else more to go around. And here comes the Knight of Wands, who can be somebody who is an attacker. So perhaps, you know, bombs or this are lobbed back and forth. It's not all out war, but it's also, you know, not peace either. I think they're going to have to be continually sold on keeping the peace, on keeping the wall. Like, stay on your side, I'll stay on my side. And I think they're going to throw a lot of money at it. And I think that we're still going to have the odd rogue, the Emperor here in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Cups. I think that I'm not getting like this is going to be amazing and lots of building and fun times at all. I'm getting that it's going to be continual bargaining. Like, this bargaining is not over in any means at all. I think that the ceasefire might hold, but I think there's going to be other things that go on. You know, like the odd, like shooting, or like what they've been doing for the last 1,000 years, back and forth, back and forth. Well, not 1,000, 80. But really, brothers from a different mother, they've been fighting for a very long time. This is a spiritual war, not an imaginary line in the sand, as they say. And I think at some point they aren't going to listen to anybody anymore. They're going to choose to do what they want to do. Even though they'll have a lot of options, right? I'm looking at this way. This is a mosque. So even though the Hamas will have a lot of options, a lot of support, what they're doing will be very confusing to us. And we're wondering, why are you choosing that path and not that path, right? Because there's a booby prize in these choices as well. Also, a little bit of illusion, delusion. I'm looking at the gold here. Perhaps you're going to be demanding more money to keep the peace. I'm getting that information as well. But this is going to be a lot of hard work to keep this peace. And we're going to have other people come in and calm things down. It's like, oh, mom and dad are home, and the babysitter quickly cleans up everything, right? I think that I'm just going to say I don't think this is the end. I don't think we're going to see peace around Christmas time. I think we're going to see people come in and go, okay, come on, you two, stop it. And at some point, they just stop listening to anybody else and they start doing what they want to do. And people are going to be confused by what they're choosing to do. I think there'll be at some point they run out of money or they're asking for more money. I'm really getting strong Ukrainian vibes here, that it's just going to be a bottomless pit for wealth redistribution from the taxpayers. I'm almost getting like Trump is going to be quite upset about what's going on. and almost bullying them and pushing them to the point of, if you don't listen to me, I'm going to send in my own bombs. I do. I see that. All right. Well, fingers crossed, cooler heads prevail, but I didn't see lots of peace and love and harmony and rainbows and unicorns. Did you? All right. Thanks so much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.